I think it is. Yay! Welcome, welcome. Give me 1 second. All right. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is a room with a special agenda. Scoot this way, Rayla. To me. To me. I want to scoot it without, because sometimes when you do that, you're trying to work something else out. And okay, so far, so good. We are discussing today having a safety communication conversation, rather, with Rayla, because where are we going, Rayla, next weekend?
National Mr.
Where
Museum
is that going to be?
in Chicago.
And we have the privilege of traveling, just she and I, right?
Yeah.
Who's not going?
My dad and my brother is not going.
Right. So we will be traveling alone. So I won't have um a co-driver. So we decided it would be best if we take a bus. So we're going to do that, but it's going to be interesting because if you know Rayla, you know that she is on the spectrum, right? So we will be going to the Miss Amazing pageant for specially gifted women and young girls. And we will be having an amazing time. But also, we have the opportunity to meet lots of new people, but we have to do it what?
Together.
Together and
Safely.
yes, safely. And that looks different from person to person. Sometimes we have a hard time with reading the room, right? And understanding who's safe.
Yeah.
And in order to know what we should do, we decided to reduce anxiety by having what? A talk about it. So sometimes you like to meet a lot of people, which is interesting because I love my daughter. She is extraordinary in so many ways because she defies odds of what the description of her diagnosis is, which is typically they don't like to meet a lot of people, whereas my daughter likes to meet everyone, which is great. But for me, since we'll be in an unfamiliar environment, that is kind of what? Scary. Mommy gets worried, right? And grandma was worried. And so we had to talk today about what that safety would look like. And we were talking about it for a couple of days, right? You and I.
Yeah.
And we decided that when it gets hard and you start feeling what? When you start having a hard time and you need to walk, what will you say to me?
Walk alone.
No, that we'll walk what?
Together.
Right. And you'll tell me that you need to what? I need. I need to what?
Walk.
Yeah. We won't walk off by ourselves because there are people who are watching that we're unfamiliar watching, and they may have something going on with them that makes them unkind or unsafe. And they may not even mean to be, but even though they may not mean to be, we have to keep in mind for our safety that we need to stick together and stick with our possessions. But if we need something, or we're feeling sad or anxious or upset, you need to let me.
No.
Right. And that's not always easy. Sometimes, as parents, we parent with the way that we had been done, which is our own parents' anxiety. That's how they address things with frustration and trying to tell us what needed to be done without understanding that we still deserve the respect of not being shouted at or putting the frustrations that they're having on us without verbalizing why they were concerned and what they felt needed to be done in a better way and addressing the other individual and finding out what their problems were so that they could work together and communicate their issues so that they'd have less stress, right?
Yeah.
So what are we going to do when we need to go to the bathroom? Will you go by yourself,
Yeah.
or will you let me know that you have to go?
I'll let you know.
So anytime we walk away from each other,
I'll tell you that I.
have to go wherever it is you need to go, right?
Yeah.
And then how will we walk together like this, right?
Yes, Mom.
I was told years ago we had a really kind officer whose son is also on the spectrum talk to us and some of the other parents about their children who were having autism and trying to develop a way to communicate with them on how to be safe or how to train them to follow certain instructions or prepare them to protect themselves and keep from bad things happening because people see people on the spectrum sometimes as an easy target, particularly if they're nonverbal, and it is apparent or they don't have a high vocabulary in which they can express a lot of what's going on. Um, and I was told that you really can't teach them how to be safe. Well, you can have safe conversations and develop a dialogue with them in which you understand their needs by anticipating what you know about your kid and that issue because I know that it will be crowded and Rayla tends to pace when she's overwhelmed, right?
Yeah.
Understanding also on how to communicate with people when you do want to connect with them and you feel that they're safe. What do we say if you want to talk to someone?
What should I say?
We said that you should let me know that you want to go what?
Talk to someone.
Yes. So you say, Mom, right? I want to go talk to them. Can we go
Talk to them.
together?
Yeah.
Right. We won't be walking off to go talk to someone because one of someone's concern was that Rayla does like to talk to people and she will just start introducing herself. Well, rather than stifling that, we decided some time ago to embrace that, anticipate that, and prepare a way to do it. And when she gets that need to have connection with others met safely, where it's a way in which if that person is not receptive, she's prepared to accept that so that it limits the possibility of having a meltdown. And it also keeps her out of harm's way in which she understands, and I understand that her wanting to meet someone doesn't challenge my need to have authority and control her
Anyone can feel negative emotions.
because it's not my intent or intent to control her. It is my need to protect her in a way that respects her and guides her in a way that she can, in some way, do it in a way that's safe. And she doesn't feel unheard. A lot of times, as parents, because we feel that protection and control is something that is earned by being a parent without consideration to the anxiety that will cause them. And sometimes for those who aren't even on the spectrum, when you become an adult and a parent still parents that way without understanding that as an adult, I'm fully capable of navigating in the world and understanding the environment that I'm in. I can protect my child. I can protect myself. What I need is prayers of safety for us but not an attempt at control. Because she deserves the right to
I know
watch
you wanted to go meet someone.
and pantomime making friends.
I know
She
you
deserves
wanted
that
to go meet
opportunity.
someone.
And they often see us communicate with other people, but because they don't know how to do it properly, doesn't mean we should stifle that.
Anyone can feel negative emotions.
Sometimes they may say things that we feel may
It's
offend
important
other
to
people,
accept that and forgive.
but we should be prepared for that. And in those moments, we can explain or allow them to have the context that is needed so that we can get out what it is they're trying to say so the other person understands it is not an attempt to offend. We also talked about who would not be safe to talk to. Now, typically, Rayla doesn't
We all do.
approach people who are
It's
smoking.
important to accept that.
She just doesn't do that. Now, RJ, on the other hand, will go right up to somebody, and when he was younger anyway, and counsel them on their smoking and follow them with a conversation of how Joe don't like that and how unsafe and that they might develop cancer as a child. Save my child a couple of times and say, look, they look like you great. Please stop following them. Rayla doesn't do that. But she has been known to insist on conversation with someone without understanding they may not be interested. So we also developed a dialogue for what it looks like if someone's not interested and how to address that. Rayla, can you tell them how you make friends? Come sit. Can you tell them how you make friends?
I can say, hi, my name's Rayla.
Come have a seat so they can see you and hear you.
Hi, my name's Rayla.
And then if you want their phone number first, it might be best if you ask them if they want what?
Yours.
Right? And then to ask them, is it okay if I get what?
Your phone number.
Do you mind?
Yes.
And if they say that they don't want to, and they say what? No? What do you say?
That's okay. Maybe next time.
Or the next time we see each other, we'll just say,
hi.
Right. See, for a lot of people, it's a big issue to feel rejected, and a lot of people feel that. And understand that that's going to happen. Sometimes it feels hurtful as a parent to experience that because we experience that in real time. But everybody shouldn't be their company, but we should allow them the experience. They'll become more comfortable with it. They'll learn to understand it better. And through experience, sometimes they can learn from those experiences and get better at adapting to those moments when those things will happen.
Anyone can make mistakes.
And they can become more comfortable and accepting of when people don't respond in the manner in which they hoped that they would. And as parents, we don't continue to try to control that to the point that we're more worried about being embarrassed or assuming certain things are going to happen, and they won't. Now, will we definitely have our heads on a swivel when we're out? We will. Will we be limiting the people that she speaks to?
Anyone can feel negative emotions.
To some degree. But it will be with her approval and understanding.
Follow your heart. Really?
Of what's going on.
Anyone can
and
feel
her
negative emotions.
Being allowed
Anyone can feel
to do what she feels
emotions. Yes.
is safe.
It's true.
With me in tow. We will be together in every way. And that's okay. We're going to have a great time. We will be documenting it. So we'll be streaming at different points in the day on the 26th, 27th, and 28th of the Miss Amazing event. So you'll get a first-hand view of the different things that are happening, possibly some of the people that she met, got a chance to meet, and an opportunity to experience it all along with us and watch the event. So it's going to be really nice. I hope that some of you get a chance to join us in the room and to learn more about what Miss Amazing is about. And hopefully some of you will donate to the event and possibly participate in the near future if you have young women that are on the spectrum or have any other disabilities. There are people who are working on their doctorate. There are people who have different disabilities who will shock and amaze you at the gifts that
Mom,
they have because they deserve to be celebrated.
I just want to go back to Pauline.
I know, and we are working on all those things, right?
I wanted to tell my teachers about my friend Nora.
Yeah, and you want to tell everybody about your new friends that you'll be making. And with their permission, there'll be people that she knew that she'll be meeting that maybe you'll get a chance to meet as well as we travel and get to know new people and develop new friendships and form new bonds, right?
Yeah.
And make connections because that's what life is about, connecting with everyone around the world in every way that we can. We are more alike than we realize, and everybody deserves an opportunity to be heard, seen, and celebrated for all the things that are different, unique, and special about them. All of us are rock stars in some way. There are things that she does amazingly. There are things that she understands that sometimes we try to deny, and we think that we're fixing it in the way that we're communicating. But one thing about Rayla is she will not be denied. I love that about her. You cannot control everything that she thinks, and that's clear in so many ways. And if she is one thing, she is definitely determined. She is determined in so many ways to show us who she is and what she can achieve. There are things that we didn't think that she would learn to do, that she not only has impressed me with, but helped me see who she is and deserves to be. Recently, we had a conversation, right,
Yeah.
about understanding why you were upset about something. And I kept doing something that upset you, and that was interrupting, right?
Yes, I didn't like it.
You didn't like it. Come sit. So you can tell him about it. And you told me that you wanted your brother to, you wanted to ask him yourself, right?
Yeah.
And you felt like I was interrupting. And I wasn't respecting your right to speak about it and to hear his response.
And
Not only did she tell me not to speak for her, she wanted me to not speak for her brother, even though I thought that I was helping by trying to end the argument. She felt like she deserved the right to hear what he had to say so she could respond to him and not me. When I tell you she gave me several seats, she did. But she has a right to be upset and the right to make it clear why she was upset. One thing about me as a parent, I will always make room at the table for my child to become who she is becoming. It's not my right to interrupt that. It's her right to show me, and it is necessary that I be kind to her and respectful in her journey. As parents, sometimes we forget that we are not the only ones that deserve respect. Our adult children do too. Even if we don't approve of the things that they want to do, they have a right to strive for their goals, even if it doesn't look like what we think it should look. Protection will never be control. Because if you do everything for someone, they will never learn how to do it themselves. You are taking away their power. You are taking away their privilege. Their ability to have their own autonomy will always be rooted in our desire to understand them, to see them, and allow them to learn. And the way that they learn Teaching will always be something that we will have to modify and adapt to the changes that we see and the way that they need it done. Every student will not be taught the same. Neither do they need to be compared to other people in who they are, how they respond, how they learn, and the length of time it takes them to learn. That will never be helpful. What is helpful is respecting the way that they learn, celebrating the growth that you see them making, and the ability that they have to stand up for themselves. And when they start to make adjustments and they start to adapt the way they see that they need to adapt, no matter how long it takes them to do that, we try to be patient and understanding in their journey. But because that's a required kindness from our Heavenly Father. One thing He is patient with us. It's not always going to be easy to do. And also being patient with those around us that are a part of our lives, that it may take a while too.
And we'll get something to eat at Arby's.
Yes, we will as soon as we leave. I know you're hungry and you have your mind set on something in particular, and we will do that when we leave.
And
Which
then
will
we'll
be
get
very
some
soon.
ice cream at Kroger.
I know, right?
We'll get peppermint ice cream, mint chocolate chip ice cream at Kroger.
We will. Because those are your favorites, right?
Yeah.
We'll do those things. Well, that is my cue that it is time for us to exit the room. Thank you so much for joining us here with a special agenda. I hope this information was beneficial to you all, and I hope you all tune in on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for the different events that we'll be having with Miss Amazing in Chicago.
Hi.
Join us in the room. You all have a great night. Thank you so much. Good night.
Hi. I love your hair.
Oh my God. I didn't do it. Oh my
I love you.
God. I didn't even hit go live. I thought I had it was it ugh.